We're here today at Universal's Epic Universe, and one of our favorite lands is Dark Universe. We're about to head inside, and we are going to show you a complete guide of all the awesome merchandise that you could get inside.
All right, we made it inside of Darkmoor, which is the fictional village that Dark Universe takes place in. This takes place in present time, and all the monsters have come together. You never know what's lurking around the corner.
So there are a few different locations here in Darkmoor where you could get merchandise, but one of the main ones is at the exit of Monsters Unchained. So if you don't ride the ride, you might not even know that it's there, but we're gonna head inside and show you some of the merchandise that you can buy.
So just to the left of Frankenstein Manor, you're gonna find this walking path, and if you take this walking path, it's gonna bring you over to the Manor Storehouse, which is the main gift store over here in Dark Universe. You don't need to go on the ride to experience the store. You kind of just have to backtrack and go through the exit.
So when you first walk in, on your left-hand side is where all the kid merchandise is, and this is some of my favorite Monsters merchandise. Actually I didn't, but my friend Catherine bought the Monsters bucket hat, and it's reversible, and it's technically a kid's hat, but it is so cute. I don't necessarily see it right now, but I did see it at some of the stands throughout the park, but I'll show you some of the other stuff that you can get. So first of all, these stuffies are so cute. I love that they each are holding like a little stuffed animal. Isn't that so cute? Like the Wolfman is holding like a little, it's like a coyote maybe?
Maybe, yeah. The bride's got like a little bear.
Bear or a cat. Frankenstein has a fox.
Fox or a cat.
And then I think Dracula is my favorite because he has a little bat with him. That's so cute.
And for $24, if you're into like mystery packs, they have these little mini vinyl figures called Bitty Monsters, and they have all of your favorite Universal characters. There's Dracula, Frankenstein, the bride.
Wait, look at the bride. She's taking a selfie.
Look at that.
She has a piece. She's holding up a peace sign and she's taking a selfie. That's so cute.
See, the monsters are not scary. For $27, they have this stainless steel tumbler with some really cool artwork of all like the little kitty monsters on it, and then they have that same print over here on a zip-up hoodie. And again, this is all part of what they call the Bitty Monsters collection.
And for $63, you could get a Dracula Monsters backpack. This is really nice quality, like the leather's pretty soft.
And it's not a Loungefly, it looks like a Loungefly.
No, it's not.
It says Dracula on the side, and then has the little clear pouch on the front. You put like your phone or your wallet or anything like that. This is pretty cute, and it's cheaper than a Loungefly. And for $37, they have these little kids shorts. And here's some more of the Bitty Monsters merchandise. For $32, they have this little kids baseball tee. It has a little sewn-on patch on the sleeve right there, and that's the design on the front. And then along that same line, they have a little kids snapback hat. And how cute is this? Like, it's a fun way to have your kid, you know, enjoy some time in Dark Universe without getting a little too scary. All these pieces of merch are like filled with bright colors and cute designs. And then this is the bucket hat that Alex was talking about just a couple of minutes ago. You have all the monsters on the front, and then it's reversible. So this is the pattern that's on the inside. It's the same pattern that's on the zip-up hoodie. And look at this little Bitty Monster shirt.
I think this is an adult shirt. I don't think this is a kid shirt because this is an extra small, and that's definitely adult size. And this is $39.
Also, right in the front, when you come in, on your right-hand side, they have this Dr. Pretorius, almost like Scrubs-looking shirt. This is $39. It's definitely a thicker material, so it's going to be hot. You can see it has all the body parts on it. Along that same note, they have a Dr. Pretorius leather backpack. They have that same like Scrubs shirt in shorts form, and it's basically the same material, so definitely a thicker type of short. They have this reversible pillow, and then these are pretty cool. This is $37, and it's super heavy, but it's a Frankenstein candle. Look at that. Looks like he's sleeping. So one of the things you could do inside of Dark Universe is get the monster makeover experience and literally turn into a monster. They do your makeup, you can get all these different types of accessories to dress up as a monster, but if you don't want to do the makeup portion, over here in the store they sell all of the accessories for all of the characters. So you can dress up just without getting your face painted. So we'll show you what they have. And we'll kind of go character by character. We'll start over here with Frankenstein. They have the Frankenstein jacket, very, very heavy. They have the t-shirt over here. It's more of like a moisture wicking material. So you would wear this and then put the jacket over it. If you are a little kid, they have this like zip up onesie where everything's kind of all in one. You got the hair, the jacket, the pants, and then they also have the light up electrodes as well, and you would put these around your neck. Next up is the Bride of Frankenstein, and this is some awesome stuff. If you're a big fan of the Bride, you want to dress up. They even have a bride meet and greet here in Dark Universe, so if you want to look like her, they sell the dress. They have this accessory as well. They sell the fingerless gloves. And then this is my favorite part. They have the Bride of Frankenstein hair in like a hat form. That is so funny. If Gilman from Creature from the Black Lagoon is your favorite, they have all of these, even down to the gloves that look like his claws and these slippers that are his feet. I mean, how funny is that? And then the last two characters that they have accessories and costumes for is the Wolfman. And I've seen a lot of people dressed up as the Wolfman. He's definitely one of the more popular ones, along with Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then here is the Dracula accessories as well. So definitely not as many for Dracula. It looks like they have this kid's zip-up option, like similar to Frankenstein. And then they have the cape. But my question is, like, what do you wear under the cape? Like, is it just your regular clothes? It appears that is the case. And then they got the medallion as well. If there's one thing I love to do, it's collect like knickknacks and like random figures and like those mystery vinyl figures they do for HHN. I collect them every single year. So here inside of Dark Universe, they have a whole bunch of new Universal Monsters like collectible figures, and they're all awesome. And here's a look at some of them. They are $40 each, but they have the Bride of Frankenstein, and these kind of have like this odd like neon color pattern to them. Like you can see the Creature from the Black Lagoon isn't his normal color wave. They have this giant Frankenstein over here. This thing is so cool. It'd be a perfect Halloween decoration. Then they have a couple other figures as well. They have Dracula, and then the Wolfman, and then here is the Frankenstein one. So like I said, definitely like an interesting colorway, kind of like this neon multicolored line. Now this is obviously the exit gift shop to the Monsters Unchained attraction, so they have a whole bunch of merch that's themed to Frankenstein Manor, which is where the ride takes place. Like this really cool glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein Manor hoodie. This is adult sizes, and that is $69. This tumbler is really cool. I don't know if this is new, but I haven't seen this on our last few visits. This is $29. Very, very heavy. You can see Frankenstein right there, and then it has the Manor on the other side. If you're like Alex and you're into puzzles, they have a Frankenstein Manor puzzle. Even more Frankenstein Manor merchandise for $42. They have this leather fanny pack, and then they have another reversible bucket hat. This is $32, and that is the front side, or one side of it I should say, and on the other side it says Frankenstein Manor in that black and white. That's really cool. For $32 each, they have these plushies of all the different Universal monsters. There's Dracula, Frankenstein, the Bride, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Wolfman, and Dracula. These are pretty cool. If you're into pins, for $22 they have a mystery pin set. Here are all the ones that you can possibly get, including Victoria Frankenstein, which is pretty cool. And then the chaser is like the comic book cover. They come in these like little boxes and it has the cool comic book artwork on it. 7 different pins. If you've seen like any of our other videos, specifically when we stayed at Stella Nova, they had the Frankenstein and Victoria Frankenstein figures for sale at that hotel. Now these are insanely expensive. These are $84 each, but they finally released the next batch in the line. You have Dracula with one of the brides of Dracula. Very, very cool. They both come with 2 different heads, so you can switch out the figures. These are awesome, but they're also $84 each. There's a ton of merchandise in the store, and a lot of like little small things too. Like they have this little dish, which I'm assuming you would use to kind of like put some jewelry on or something along those lines. But I did see this Frankenstein Manor like little tiny crossbody. I haven't seen this yet, so this may be new, or if it's not new, They probably haven't had it in a while. Now this shirt is awesome. I got this one when we came early on in the preview season. Frankenstein with the manor all electrocuted in the background. This is $39. And this shirt was also extremely popular, and it's been sold out for the longest time. Today is the first time that I'm seeing it in weeks. And it's very, very similar, but it's kind of more of that like blueprint style. And then it says Frankenstein Manor on the back. If you want this shirt and you're seeing this video almost in real time, they have it. Now, of course, one of the places where you can eat and get a drink inside a Dark Universe is the Burning Blade Tavern. And they even have Burning Blade Tavern merchandise. They have this massive, heavy stein. It says the Burning Blade Tavern on it. On the bottom, established 1818. They also have these black light reactive t-shirts. And they have a little note on here. It says, no two shirts are exactly alike. Garments may vary. But you have the Burning Blade logo right there. Again, these are also really popular. And they are $35. For $34, they have a Burning Blade Tavern baseball hat, and it even has over here on the inside of the bill a bottle opener. How cool is that? For $32, they have a Burning Blade Tavern tank top, and then for $74, they have this Burning Blade Tavern hoodie, and the logo is actually embroidered on, so pretty decent quality. And then you got the Burning Blade Tavern logo right there on the back.
They have like one of the stemless wine glasses here with the bride, and these are $18. They have headbands, wallets, little, I think this is a backpack, right?
Oh yeah, that is cool.
That's cool.
Not a lounge fly.
Oh, it's like a sling bag.
Oh yeah.
It has like the one strap.
Like a one strap. That's a really cool design.
And that's $48.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, and that pillow is $37. I'm digging this. They even have the old school Universal Pictures logo on there. It's a nice little Easter egg.
And that same pattern comes on this like lightweight jean jacket, and this is $95. So it is more on the pricey side.
This would be good for HHN.
Yeah.
Like when it gets a little bit cooler out.
And it is pretty lightweight for a denim jacket. Like it's thinner.
Now, if you guys are longtime viewers of the channel, you know I love my funky button-up shirts. I'm a big fan of the Roosevelts. I wear them in almost every video. But they have a Universal Monsters button-up with that same design. Not a Roosevelt's, it's Universal branded, but still very cool. And they also have merchandise themed to each and every one of the Universal Monsters. Here is what they have for Dracula. Similar items for each of the monsters, but just slightly different designs. You got the Wolfman over here. I love the hoodies. The hoodies are awesome. Look at this. That is so cool. And then I love the Wolfman t-shirt as well. Next up is our boy, the creature from the Black Lagoon. They have a little backpack. They have another cool sweatshirt, but look at this. He's chasing her legs right there. They have a little leather baseball hat, and then this shirt is the shirt that I'm actually wearing right now. And then last but certainly not least, you have the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein himself. These hoodies are really cool, and I don't remember seeing them. So again, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here, and we're getting closer to the official opening, so they might roll out some new things. But yeah, here is what they have for Frankenstein.
And this is one of the shirts that I actually picked up, and I think it's really cool. It has the Universal Monsters on the front, and then the back has them all like listed.
All the movie titles.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool, and this shirt is $35.
Yeah, that is an awesome shirt. I love the back just as much as I love the front.
Location is over near Curse of the Werewolf. It's just one of those merchandise stands, but it is closed at the moment. So we're gonna check out the third location, which is Dr. Pretorius's Scientific Oddities. Sorry, I didn't know the name of it. We're gonna go inside and see if there's any other merchandise that we may have not seen yet.
This store is a lot easier to find than the Frankenstein Manor gift shop, because as soon as you walk into Dark Universe, it is gonna be on your left-hand side. So let's pop in and see if there's anything different. Now this is connected to the Monster Makeup Experience. It's right next door. It basically is in the same building, so they have a lot of the accessories for all of the different monsters. There's some more of that black and white style merch that we just saw over at Frankenstein Manor. This is pretty cool. We haven't seen this one yet. This is a purse, like a pocketbook. It is $63, and it's meant to look like a book cover, The Anatomy of Frankenstein by Dr. Pretorius. And then that's the same design that was on all like that nurse like scrub like materials. And it says created by Universal Studios. Pretty cool. They also sell a couple of like the drink glasses that you can get throughout the land. So over at the Burning Blade, they sell the Monocane, which is a mocktail. And it's a play on what Dr. Jack Griffin takes to become invisible in The Invisible Man. They sell that container over here. And then I don't think it's out yet, but there is going to be a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde drink that comes in a test tube. So I'm assuming it's gonna look something like this. But as for the rest of the merchandise, it is very, very similar to what they have over at the Frankenstein Manor. So if it's busy over there, you could pop in over here. And then here is the monster makeup experience. Like I said, it's basically in that same building, and then you can get yourself made up like your favorite Universal monster. There's an example right there. Now, an important thing to note is if you decide to do the monster makeup experience and you're an adult, you can't buy any alcoholic beverages for the rest of the day. It has to do with them not being able to like fully validate your ID because you're gonna be in full face makeup. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if everybody knows that, but if you decide to do the monster makeup experience, no drinks for you for the rest of the day. All right, so that is gonna do it for this video. We hope you found it helpful. If you're looking to find out what Universal monster merch you're gonna be picking up when you come visit Epic Universe, there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there.
So as always, if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss out on all of our future epic videos to come. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.